Sweet mother, send your child unto me. For the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Didn't work. Yes, it must have. I performed the ritual just as described night after night. And now you're here. I suppose there's no turning back. I have to go through with this, for the people of Kvatch. Fortunata must be stopped. I have the gold required for payment, but I wanted to offer you something more. I can tell you who's been murdering your assassins. You're not? Then why have you slipped past my defenses and entered my... Oh no. Fortunata sent you, didn't she? You're here to kill me! You murdered the commander. I see. Another one of Fortunata's insults. Pay to weaken the Order of the Hour, but killing a count is just a waste of gold. But you are one of the Brotherhood, and I performed your ritual. Let me pay you to kill her. Then pass along the message to your superiors. Let them know I have gold and information. I can point you toward the person hunting your agents and... Wait, who's that? Is he with you?
Initiate, let us speak. I arrive in response to the Black Sacrament, and look who I find. An interesting turn of events, don't you agree? One contract comes into conflict with another, and you're caught in the middle. That makes you the ideal candidate to sort things out. The Night Mother heard the Count's prayer, and Fortunata Abdugal has been named. Her soul is promised to Sithis now, and you will keep that promise. The Count's contract is yours to fulfill. You completed Fortunata's contract to the letter. No one can say that the Brotherhood didn't discharge its obligations in that regard. Now we have a new contract, and not all the gold in Anvil can change that. The Count's sacrament is yours. Very good. Seek out your sister Mirabelle in Anvil Castle. She can provide aid and advice should you need it. The secret exit in the dignitary suite is the fastest route out of this castle. Now go and fulfill the Night Mother's will. My dear Count, let's discuss the terms of this contract.
I assume you have a reason for approaching me while I'm working. What is it? Are you trying to get me noticed? Wait a moment. Did you run into a problem with the governor's contract? Did something go wrong? Interesting. I knew we were going to eliminate the Pirate Queen eventually, but I didn't expect that today would be the day. Why the sudden change, I wonder? He did? I'm impressed. I didn't think the old Count had it in him to ask the Night Mother for help. First the governor contracts you to perform a kill, and then you get a contract to kill her. The Speaker must love this. Of course he did. I've been studying the castle and the governor's habits for months now. She keeps a pantry on the upper level. I suggest a dose of poison. Drop it in her favorite decanter of wine, and that should do the trick. The governor's private pantry is on the top floor. The place is a maze, though, and the red sails guard the direct approach 9 ways to Sundas. I'd use the secret passages in the eastern corridors. Just look for a red drape over an alcove. Naturally. Most castles have them. You just need to know where to look. Once you pass through the entry hall, the guards will consider you a threat. If you want to avoid being seen, find a red drape and use the secret passages. The speaker sent you to me, didn't he? I know Anvil Castle like the back of my hand, and I know the governor. Poison lets your target do all the work for you. And Fortunata can't resist any excuse to reach for a decanter of her favorite wine. Oh, I'd love to put an end to her royal pain in the arse, but the speaker gave this contract to you. I'm just here to offer advice. Tell you what, after you poison Fortunata's wine, I'll stop by for the show. We can share a drink and watch her die.
How in Oblivion's bleakness did you get in here? No, don't tell me. I don't really want to know your trade secrets. To what do I owe the pleasure of this unexpected visit? Can I assume that my little problem has been dealt with? That's perfect. Splendid, even. I'm going to overlook the way you so rudely barged in here and offer you a drink. Join me on my balcony. Sure you'll appreciate the view. Fetch my wine, girl. You know the one. And bring something less expensive for my friend here. I miss sailing the open sea. Things were more clear out there. Kill or be killed. Take whatever you can carry. Fight to keep what's yours. It's the same here, I suppose. We're just less honest about it.
Your wine, Governor.
Mirabelle? Where's Edwina?
You know how clumsy Edwina can be, Governor. While she cleans up her mess, I brought your wine so you wouldn't be kept waiting.
Initiative. I like that in a serving girl. Very well then. A toast to taking what you can and fighting to keep what's yours. The wine. What did you do?
We'll drink to your memory, Governor, and to the glory of the Night Mother.
Mirabelle? She's one of you!
Life is fleeting, Fortunata. An illusion. And in the end, everything belongs to Sithis. Tell him I said hello. I'll see you back at the sanctuary, darling. After I clean up any evidence of our involvement.
The Speaker brought me news of your success in Kvatch, and of the events that followed. I must admit I didn't expect you to return from Fortunata's den of pirates and brigands. Does this mean the Pirate Queen has been dethroned? Then I believe a new title is in order, Initiate. You've demonstrated skills and abilities that we will definitely need in the battles to come. Stand tall, Assassin. You've earned your place in the Brotherhood, and we're proud to have you among us.
It's a rare sight to see, so many of the family returning home at the same time. Ah, you just missed Mirabelle. She was heading back to the sanctuary in such a hurry we barely had time to talk. I think she was on her way back from a scouting mission. Something to do with Count Carolus of Kvatch, as far as I could ascertain. Mirabelle mentioned she had to convince Astara, and then she was off, heading in the direction of the sanctuary. Spying, scouting, when you think about it, is there really any difference? Oh, I almost forgot. Astara was asking about you. I'd return to the sanctuary and see what the matron wants if I were you.
You're too close to this one, Mirabelle. Besides, the Speaker has already decided.
Too close? They killed Simbar, Astara. I'm going to be a part of this whether you give the command or not.
Assassin, it's time to collect a payment past due. Mirabelle's outburst doesn't concern you, Assassin. Focus on the task at hand. Count Carolus still owes us for the sacrament. He claimed to have information about the Black Dragon. Meet him at the ruins of Dossick Moor and find out what he knows. We're not sure, but that's where he requested to meet. He has a camp there which he's using for his own clandestine purposes. Before you go, talk to Mirabelle. She has information concerning the Count that could prove useful to your mission. Don't dawdle, Assassin. I gave you a job and I expect you to handle it.
Astara just gave you my mission, didn't she? Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Did she? So I get to do all the work and you wind up with all the glory? I'm getting a little tired of sticking to the shadows all the time. I'm sorry. Was there something else you wanted from me? How typical. All right. Listen closely. Dossick Moor was the fort once, before it fell into ruin. The Count has a small camp there that he uses from time to time, though I haven't determined why. I guess we all have our secrets. Excuse my attitude, but you have to understand. Simbar. Anyway, I've been hunting the Black Dragon, on my own. I got so close I could hear her voice, but I had to break off the hunt. I didn't want to wind up dead, you understand. Isn't it obvious? She thinks I've lost my perspective, that I'm too sad or angry or whatever to do the job I've done 100 times before. Just promise that you won't tell Astara about any of this. She already thinks I'm reckless enough as it is. I appreciate your discretion. If Astara knew what I've been up to, she'd confine me for my own protection. We're assassins, damn it. We don't need protection. One more thing. The last time I tracked the Black Dragon, I followed her past the Dosik Moor ruins toward the old enclave of the Hourglass before I turned back. Make sure the Count tells you what he knows about the Order of the Hour's old haunt.
I'm not used to being ordered about by a clandestine organization, so let's get this over with. I'd prefer to conclude our business and forget all about that dreadful ritual I had to perform. I already told your associate everything I know. The woman with the dark hair and the staff. Mirabelle, I believe she said her name was. Do I really need to repeat myself to every assassin that slips out of the shadows? Of course. I assume you don't know the Black Dragon is the first sword of the Order of the Hour. My spies report they're amassing an army at the Enclave of the Hourglass. Siege weapons, new recruits. They threaten Kvatch and the Brotherhood alike. If that's everything, I'd like to get back on my horse and return to Castle Kvatch. If I'm gone too long, I suspect Primate Artorius will go ahead and change all the locks. Oh, very well. What's a few more moments when I get to spend it with a deadly assassin? What else would the Brotherhood like to know? My spies watched the Order's old headquarters from this camp. Saw supply carts start arriving a few days ago. If you want to weaken the Order, destroy their siege weapons and stop them from initiating more recruits. You'll be doing us both a favor. The Primate offered pardons to any Red Sails pirates who agreed to take the vows of the Order. Since Fortunata's death, they've been flocking to the Enclave. I wish I knew what Artorius was planning to do with an army of priests and pirates. Whatever gave you that idea? The Order is a company of warrior priests, dedicated to protecting the Cathedral of Kvatch. At least that's how they started. Now they recruit anyone who can wield a sword. I agreed to expand their authority, but... my back was against the wall. Between Anvil's aggressive overtures and the rampant increase in murders, I needed help. Primate Artorius offered the Order, and I reluctantly agreed. That was before I learned the Black Dragon was one of their number. Just that the Black Dragon is one of the deadliest warriors I've ever seen. Wears armor as dark as oblivion and twice as frightening. Even makes the rest of the Order nervous. Right after I received the first reports about her, the murders began. Not a clue. We only suspected that the murder victims were members of your guild recently, so my spies never even explored that line of questioning. No offense, but if the lot of you wound up destroying each other, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. By the Ruby Throne, stop doing that! I've told you everything I know. The Order of the Hour has increased its numbers by offering pardons to Fortunata's pirates, and the Black Dragon can be found in the Enclave of the Hourglass. Now, leave me be!